searching for the right child. Somebody is telling you what's right. Now you're going to have to decide what you're gonna do the next step you take in life.
You got me singing in my head. Sorry, guys. I know I'm laughing. Hello. I must be talking to myself, apparently, as I'm adjusting my audio. There we go. Okay, good. Hi, guys. When I dream about you dancing. Let's try that again.
Somebody is searching for the right child. Somebody is telling you what's right. Now you're going to have to decide what you're gonna do the next step you take in life.
You got me singing in my head. When I dream about you dancing, yeah, you got me singing with the best. My love for you is endless. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lara FM TV episode number, what are we on? 23. Lara talking to herself again. You see her, she just be chilling in the back and she's like, yo, you should do that episode. And I was like, what episode? Oh my God. Oh, we supposed to be doing this. I want to be doing this every Thursday night. Lara talking to herself again. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it because my heart is telling me to do it. And I'm like, okay. I also just need to quickly adjust the audio in my headphones just in case, guys. Also, tell me if you guys can hear me okay right before I adjust or ruin anything. Oh, hello, everybody in the chat waiting for this Lara one-on-one conversation. Although I did think about inviting special guests here and there. Maybe they jump in and say, hey, Lara's talking to herself again. Oh, wait, not at this moment. She has, a special guest or whoever. So that would be really fun, guys. Oh, hi, Mandy. Thank you, SPD Cracker Liquor fan. Hello. Hi, Jen. Oh, you sweet sweeties. Lone Dinosaur 13. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Is that true? Or am I just talking to myself? Oh my, oh my, oh my. OMG, SP. Oh, cute. I'm going to click that up and I'm going to leave it right there. That is so sweet. SP Cracker Liquor fan. You angel baby. I adore you. And thank you so much. And I am processing all this trauma. Guys, I am processing so much. And thank God, like, I understand that it's processing and healing and like therapy, like, learning yourself. And you guys know I'm going through this with you and without you. So it's like, wow, thank you. This is so sweet of you. I really appreciate this. You sweet angel sunshine babies, all of you. SP Cracker Liquor fan says, I adore you and so thankful you are processing all the trauma. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Thank you so much. Hello, check. Maybe I need to turn this up. Check. Hello. Sorry, I just can't hear myself. And if I do have a guest that jumps on, then I want to be able to know that life is good. So you guys can hear me, right? You right? We're all good in the hood. Hello. Okay, good. Oh, thank you. Okay, groovy cakes. Anyways, back to this starred amazing super chat. Thank you so much, sweetie angel baby. I love that. Let me adjust this down a little bit. You are so supportive and this is so sweet and I adore you, and thank you. And cheers to everybody watching and listening and jumping in as you are coming in now. I see there's many more viewers now. This is really sweet. Cheers, guys. If you got your drinks, you're always allowed to send me a fun super chat on the YouTube, especially when I'm talking to myself and getting some questions. My mod back here is running the questions, Lara. I call her Larby. She's like a Lara Barbie or like a Lara Barbie doll. But this is sort of how Lara Barbie would be, if she was just hanging out. I feel like sometimes we can be pretty, but most of the time we like to just chill, hang out, wear our cute outfits, talk about things. Also, it's actually really fun to like dress up. And I just realized I left some crackers on the keyboard standing, and it reminded me of SP Cracker Liquor fan. And I was also thinking the cats are gonna jump in and enjoy that. Thank you so much for your sweet entrance super chat, SP Cracker Liquor fan. You're so sweet, and that just made my freaking night and my day tomorrow. Thank you so much for that. That was very sweet. And guys, if you want, I said in the little chat in the description, you can always send me whatever you want. I love it. I don't mind. It makes me feel great. I accept all ways of love and understanding. And for most of you, you know that money and finances very much was a suppressed item that was taken away from us as children, and a controlled way for us as cadets to not be able to make like even adult decisions, even though we were being treated as adults anyways. But even during that, we weren't really even making adult decisions on our own. Like when you're in the Sea Org working on a schedule, first of all, you're on this time loop all the time of just being in that world. That's why I always start this off. This is like Planet Scientology. This is my life and Lara's life and Planet Scientology. But it really is that. And so you're like constantly in this schedule and hypnosis of doing the same thing constantly all the time. And so not only that, but your passports and your identification and your money and your finances and your bank accounts, if you even have any bank accounts. Nowadays, obviously, we're finding out that elderly and the Sea Org and Scientology people with lots of money have been frauded, or their accounts have been, their names or social security, credit card information has been used to create credit card debt for elderly who they just assume are going to be in the Sea Org for the rest of their lives and die, and nobody would ever know, right? Anywho to the boo. So what I'm getting to is it's really, really sometimes, like when I just saw that, honestly, when I saw the sweet donation, I was like, oh my God. Like, it's like, did you mean to do that? And then I'm like, Lara, this is my little SBTV community. It's so sweet. And I really appreciate it. It makes me feel so good. And it reminds me of who I am and what I do for people all the time. It just feels so good. Thank you so much, all y'all. Thank you all y'all for your support, for even being here with me on my sweet little Lara FM TV channel. Hi, Miss Sunshine, Sunrise, Dawn, and hello, Candy's Life. Back again, babes. Nice. Aw. Sorry I was late, Lara. I was learning and loving with you. Exactly. No apologies here, honey. We are all learning and loving. And I know we all good people. So to me, it's like an apology is just, unless you know what, you do what you want. You apologize if you want. That's so sweet. Thank you all again. Okay, good. Mic sounds fine. Good. That's so weird. Maybe I just turned off a fan or something and it just feels, I mean, normally I can hear it for sure more though, but whatever. That's good. This is good. Aw, SB Cracker Liquor fan. Look at her do this. Cheers to Larby. Hey, you got your tip back there, Larby girl. Well, there we go. That is very sweet. So yes, I was gonna say, guys. Oh, good. Okay, good. Yes. Thank you, my sweet my sweet little we call them fans to cool me down because I'm too hot. So we say thank you, you sweet angel babies. Um Also, I was gonna say, Lara talking to herself again also likes to go back on questions. Let me get this out of the way before the cats start jumping on it and they start making a band. We start making a cat band out of it. Um, I also I want everybody in here to feel free to ask me any questions. And also, if there's ever even questions that people may feel that I missed from other episodes or something I'm still hanging on, um, or I forgot to answer or whatever. But I do love questions that if you haven't gone back and uh speed watched all the other episodes of me talking about our childhood in the Sea Org and in Scientology, you can always come back and here in the live chat and talk to me anytime during these type of episodes, especially when I don't have a special guest like tomorrow. Tomorrow, just so you know, I'm talking to Jeff Hawkins about um, marketing and what do you call that? Advertisement and promotion, and especially the way that Scientology did it. And I'll be able to talk to him and ask him questions of whatever kinds I want. So you guys can jump in on that one too. That would be sweet. Um, yeah, I just went back to Jeff. That's gonna be really cool. So tomorrow, that's episode 24. But here on what I was saying is that anybody can ask me any questions, and if there's things that I've missed or that you had questions on, even if I was talking about the Ant Ranch or anything of my life and my story, feel free to ask me anything. I'm very open, in terms of feeling whether there's an energy or anything. If it's a question that's too much for me, or if it's question I don't wanna talk about right at that moment, but maybe I'll get back to it, I'll let you know. Like, there's no question that's too much to ask. So and also it's also great, because it helps other people that are listening if they don't have the way the ability to be able to message me here or to, quickly ask me something, then you could be asking questions for them. So even if it's question that you don't you already may know, feel free to ask me in the chat as well because if it's a question that you would like other people to hear or whatever, then that's also great. Okay, good. So that's Lara talking to myself again, not talking to myself. That's the whole point, is that I'm really not talking to myself, right, guys? Right, right, right? Mm. Cheers to all y'all out there. Um, all I gotta say exactly. I want to go back to SP Cracker Liquor fans thing. Processing all the trauma. And also part of that again is talking about also it's holding boundaries. It's like holding boundaries, holding spaces of when like there's obviously things that I'm working on right now that I would love to talk to all y'all about. And I will talk to you about them soon. Like that's the whole process of all this is it's just that if I were to do that, then I would ruin certain like little outlets and things that I've been working on to find out and get information and doing that for sure. As you know, OSA and Scientology, little PIs and spies. I was going to say spies and PIs. That's a good word. Spies. The Scientology spies. They like to try to jump in and get early access and try to stop whatever's going on. So, that's Foxy playing in the back again. But yeah, so there's certain things I can't wait to tell you more on. It just sucks for me even being patient myself and just letting the flow, letting the time, letting the process kind of take its process as it goes, or like um, just letting things I understand, like, okay, jumping ahead of that would very much ruin many other things that I've worked hard to do. So I'm trying to be good and, sort of sassy and smart about it. But I can't wait to share with you. But other than that, though, I would love to. I mean, as you know, I'm busy as heck and always I've got my creative little young artist mind always running around with all kinds of projects and ideas and shows and seeing great musicians. I just saw one of my best friends the other night. I haven't seen her in so long. And her name is Madam Gandhi. And I just remember I am wearing her band's merch, which says "Own Your Voice," and then here on the sleeve it says "Don't be afraid." Oh, no, oh, maybe I can do it like this. Yeah, there you go. Don't be afraid. And she has this song that says the chorus goes, "There's power in what you say. Own your voice. Don't be afraid." And it's one of my favorite lines that she's written in one of her songs, many of her songs. But she's a badass drummer. She's a singer. She's a sweet, smart little, amazing sunshine baby. And I finally went to just see her show, and even her show already healed things that I wanted to that I hadn't been able to talk to her about for so long, from her traveling, me doing my starting up my whole little YouTube SPTV channel. Anyways, so go check her out if you um see her. But I love being able to talk to you guys about all this. So if there's also Lara talking to herself. I like to ramble and chat with you guys and go on fun, sweet tangents. Yeah, tangents. Chat. There's another one. Chat and tangents. Now I forgot the word. Yeah, sweet tangents. um Okay, good. So I was gonna yes, go back to my live chat here. Sorry. Hi guys. Yes. And if you do question at the beginning, then I will see it. And you don't have to do a super chat for everything, but you guys are so sweet. Yes, cheers to Larby. Thank you, SP Cracker Liquor fan. You are a freaking sweetie. And thank you guys for always staying tuned and kind of checking in and remembering I'm here. Casey Isaac, who cares? We know who you are. I want in on this love fest. Rock on, beauty. Thank you. You are in on the love fest. Yes, I love that. Oh, thank you. Okay, we saved those other ones and jump back to here. Ah. Okay, jumping in to make sure I'm starring questions and stuff, just so you know, that's my little singing and things on the side. Oh, thanks, Candy Life. Says, I'm loving all your music, Lara, but learning and loving and my head are my jams. Thank you. I love that. I love both of those songs very much myself. I could sing them all day long. In fact, when I'm working and stuff, my songs do get stuck in my head and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I wrote that." Somebody is searching for the right child. So thank you, darling. Ah, oh, you cutie patooties. Cheers to Foxy and the kitties. Let's see where, you know what? They're kind of, I bet you when I'm talking too long, they'll come up and start bugging me. But thank you. I'll let them know. I'll give them, they do know. You guys help support all their literally handmade chicken soup, brought everything I make them. I make for myself as well, but I also make them everything with no salt. Like I yeah, I make all their food. Like they are I wouldn't even say spoiled. I would just say that I just care and love so much and I appreciate I love them so much. And I appreciate life so much that I wanna make sure that the things that I'm loving and my friends and I want them to all feel joy and care and understanding, and so I just love you all. Thank you. Thank you, and cheers to Foxy and the kitties. Yes, sweeties. Thank you. Whoop. I need to put yeah, no, actually, it keeps it out of the way. Good job. Mm-mm-mm. Look, I give Lara a sip too right there. There you go. Wait. There you go. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's answer some questions. Jen, is it Jen Sisick? Sisick? Jen, where can I purchase your album? Okay, so I'm pretty sure you can get it on Spotify. I'm pretty sure you can get my La La Land album. Let's see. Maybe I can just pull it up and see where you guys can get it. Um, bum 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 bum. Wow, I just had an old song from uh I remember we did but anyways, I just got it in my head and I just remembered it. Okay, so yes, you can get into you can get my music on iTunes or you can find it on Spotify. You just have to look up Lara, no U, Lara FM. Uh, and you can even look up La La Land, which is one album, and that has about 10 or 11 songs, which has a lot of does La La Land have no. La La Land has like content. You go look it up. Y'all go look it up. But also I know if you go to the website, that's also going to find you because we are updating and uploading things all the time. So if you go there, you can also find links of where you can find my music, like SoundCloud or Bandcamp. Sometimes I upload random, not so finished demos or things like that. But so right now, the best way to find all my music is just going to my website, lara.fm. It's www.lara.fm. And I will pull that up for you guys right now. Because in there on my little website, I have all these cute little Polaroid kind of pictures, and you can click even so even upcoming, I have I just put up a little Polaroid picture that says more merch because this is where you can start getting your own SPTV Lara FM merch. You can see there's all kinds of fun things there right now. It's a little bit like, oh, okay, I want a medium. So you kind of put in an M or, your size or whatever. But there's multiple items up there that you can go and get. And that totally supports LFM TV 100%. We're going to be doing things where people in the live chats can win their own SBTV Goldenrod shirts. I'm so excited that we finally have these available. Very excited. I'm going to literally meet the person and the people tomorrow. So I will be able to maybe show a few of them on the live stream tomorrow as a little fun thing. But I'm definitely already throwing out some of you cutie patooties some things because you're just amazing and I love you. And because you've been supporting me, and I want to make sure that the people who have been supporting the Lara FM TV channel and just Lara FM at all, they get their love and support from me and my energy, and you guys helping me do all of this it's pretty crazy that this is the thing that is healing me personally a lot, like in ways that it's I'm not needing to now go spend my time in therapy with it just where I can just be casual and start being and feeling and enjoying things like answering fun questions and hey, where can I get your music and all that. So yeah, all music and music videos and stuff like that you can see here you can watch here on YouTube if you just go over to the home videos on this channel. You'll see fun music videos I've done, and then hear all the music through the website or on iTunes, Spotify, things like that. SoundCloud I think is where I first upload like songs that I just finished. And then YouTube, most of the time I'm already doing videos. I always have videos in my head, and while I'm making things like that, new songs and videos, I'm also imagining visuals always when I'm creating. I'm like, it's not even that I'm imagining them, they are already in the visuals of when I'm like creating the song or music. So I'm like, oh, I want to do a video that kind of represents whatever I was thinking and feeling when I'm writing that. Obviously, I guess that's obvious. That's what the visual is. Okay. Back to questions. Good questions. Always good questions if you're asking where you can get my music and see my art and all that. I'm so excited also, guys, to be getting amped up on my media and merch and being able to put even like some private art and just I create stuff, little things all the time. And I can't wait to be able to share and send that with you guys and just send you love and energy and all that. Thank you, Jen, for your sweet, smart question. Okay. OMG, so like Valley Girl. Question. I always wonder where music comes from. What do you think? I always wonder where music comes from. I mean, do you mean like I just got deep? I think you're like me where I go the alien route. If I'm sure that's what you're sort of talking about. But yes, I did very much fall into the kind of a magic that was created for humans by humans that was somehow planted or put here once. I mean, obviously, probably originally through nature and sounds that like where people were. I have no idea, but yes, I definitely go down that route. But other than that, I really do feel that humans, obviously, in ways have heard sounds and over so many, um, centuries. There's been all kinds of ways that music has come about. And I feel that music has such a strong connection in so many forms of not just, as people would say, not just in a specific category. Like they're not just like music doesn't just have to do with what genre of music is that? It's like, it's more about like, how does that style or music make you feel? When you were having the best moment in your life and you're in Paris and da or whatever it is, this random song goes on, and now that song reminds me of this emotion and that memory, even though that song could have been the stupidest song kind of in the whole world. So it also has this other connection of music where it's not just the music is like a beat or rhythm that I like, but that music can be a memory, a very strong memory for a certain time, you know? So yeah, where does music come from? Our motherfucking hearts, baby. Comes from our blood, our soul, our genes, our backgrounds, our ancestors. It comes from earth, it comes from plants, it comes from it's like a drug. It comes in all it's like what do you call it? It's like psilocybin or DMT. It just that's my answer to you. Maybe you relate to that. You let me know, baby girl. Yes. Candy's life processing trauma is difficult at times. My friend's suicide has left me feeling bare, depressed, and confused. Hun, I'm so sorry. And also what I would say is that's gonna happen, you know, in life. And not that you have to like hear me like give you any soft or good advice at like to heal, I'm sure. I mean, whatever. But what I'm saying is that this is gonna happen, and we're so sensitive to it. So I get you, but it is gonna happen. So we have to kind of be easier to ourselves to the reaction of other people that we don't have control over. We have to be not so hard on ourselves for feeling so much emotion about love or about caring for another. You know what I mean? I just wanted to give you that advice because that came to me the other day when I was feeling like sort of really poopy and not poopy, but I just felt like really sad about um another friend's situation, or I felt really concerned. And I said, don't once I, you know, you start to get the panic attacks or the chest things or whatever it is. And so you feel like, oh my God, you know, I should do something anyway. So it's not good for your body. That's stress, you know. So for me, I feel like it does happen in life, and not that we have to accept it. I'm just saying it's gonna happen, and it obviously did happen. And the only advice is that I can feel you on it, and it's so hurtful. And so like I just want to say like just be easy on your body as you are processing and like mourning. Do you know what I mean? Not that like don't I'm not saying don't mourn. I'm just saying kind of breathe properly and let your body kind of actually heal right with it as you're, dealing with whatever, whatever is going on and whoever has passed away. It feels like, in a sense, when somebody passes away, to me, it feels almost lighter for them, because life is hard, life is actually a creative movement, like, you're doing things to, feel good. You want other people to feel good. You're making your space feel clean. You're taking care of animals. Like, there's always something when you're doing something in life, like, you know what I mean? That's how it feels for me. So life is existing and it is doing and constantly moving and like lifing, so I guess another ease is just to be that they are, they do feel sort of lighter in that world. That's just what my kind of feeling on it. If that makes sense. I hope that helps you and you heal, and thank you for your love and support. Okay. Um, did I already answer this? Lara, if you had to pick, oh, hi, Casey Isaac. If you had to pick, what has been the best part of being out of Cult of Scientology? Hmm. I mean, pretty obvious, right? I feel just being able to be, like, whether that's an artist or a musician, or to like, paint a picture, like, being an artist, I mean, like, being able to paint something or create something or make something and not having somebody else's opinion on it while I'm doing it, and even having the ability to do it, to be able to just go and do a live video when I want, and to obviously that freedom, but in that, for me, I feel one of my favorite things is, music and animals. I like being able to be and live and like have animals, and music, being able to express myself, and yeah, and my creation. It's never failed me. I've always felt really good, and I've always made other people feel really good when I either love and care and give and kind of like in a loving service way. Like, I want you to feel good that somebody is giving you love. This is like the craziest thing. These two things, that like sharing and giving love, and whether that's with food or massage or comfort or whatever. That's one of my favorite things, and then music and performing and being able to just do art. It gets expensive, but I love it. Like, that's those, yeah. And there's many other things. Enjoying food. Food. Oh my gosh. That's also right up there with that. Good question, guys. Good questions. Okay, let's see. I'm scrolling down. Maybe is there any in the yeah, okay, good. It comes from oh, yeah, exactly. What? I remember the first time I heard "My Head" on my local radio station in Maine. Are you serious? That's so cute. Singing in my head. What station was it? Do you remember? Thank you, Candy Life. You got me singing in my head when I dream about you dancing. No. Oh, look at this. I feel music has a purely primal origin. Yes, this is Rexican Messler. I laugh every time. I can't help it. It's great. I know you know that I laugh too. It's great. Mm-mm-mm. I know it was really rough to fight. Aw. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mandy, for being a sweet mod and for healing people and chatting. You guys are great. I'm scrolling down on the questions. You see, I'm getting not questions, just the chat. I love interacting with you guys. And yes. Oh, thank you, Candy. I'm listening, Lara, and as I have no answers left, and good advice is invaluable. Oh, thank you for your advice. It's thank you for listening because that's also, Hi, Paris Cashin. My daughter wants to record the intro song for you. I will get it to you by next week. Such a great song. That is so sweet. Yeah. Guys, you don't have to it doesn't even have to be that perfect. You can just any videos or vocal. Whatever you guys want to do. If you have a child and they love that intro, go ahead, send it to me on a little voice note. Send it to my Lara FM. You guys can also send it directly to my the Lara FM SP hotline phone number 323-898-1335, and you can send a voice note or the video, whatever it is that you're going to record and send. Have your child sing that song and send it to me. Oh yes, perfect. WKTJ 99.3 FM, Farmington, Maine. That's so cool. Awesome. Tell them I love that and to continue. Oh, great. Thank you for answering. That's very sweet. Yeah. Yes. We all do, right? So yeah, if you guys have any songs or y'all can always, I'm very down hearing even other people. Somebody sent me an acoustic version of I wonder if I would be able to play it with you. I'll ask them on for the next one. But they sent me an acoustic version of the Singing in My Head, and I was like, this is so pretty. And it was like harmonica and guitar, and it was just really amazing. I'm very much down, but then you guys have to send me an email saying, yes, you may use this for whatever you would like. So then I can go ahead and put that on there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Somebody said, okay. I'm going back to my questions, guys. So if you have any more questions, Niso, is it Nisa? Nisa? Yes. Thank you, honey. She says, I don't know why I said she, Nisa. Sounds kind of feminine, I guess. I love your personality. Thank you. Well, I guess I do too, because why would I? Why wouldn't I? Nico, my oldest, 12, has me low-key obsessed with Lovejoy, who is a Minecraft YouTuber back in the day. Okay, good. I was like, aw, I wish you would do a live. I wish you would do a live with just you singing. You are so talented. Maybe if I can get some stuff together, I probably will start doing some fun things like that as I'm looking in my whole little studio out here. Right, Lara? Lara's been helping me put this together. Just me, myself, and I. And a few little help with my friends. A few helps from my friends. Okay, so I'm going to start answering some just random questions that somebody asked me when I quit smoking cigarettes, that is. Oh, speaking of which, let's all have a little cheers and a little break before I start answering questions. And if you guys have any more questions, I will that is funny. Not funny because I know you're being very sweet, whoever this is. Brandy SBTV LVT says, question, Lara, where can I buy your awesome music? Sorry if this has been asked 100,000 times. I literally just answered that. You can go to, and that's totally fine, and I'll answer it. Just go to lara.fm, Lara.fm, and then you can either go to iTunes, Spotify, or my SoundCloud. Or YouTube. Go to YouTube and go see the music videos, and there's a lot of my, not most, but I have a lot of songs that have music videos, so you can watch me being fun in the desert, or everything in my videos are things that I've made, or I'm filming with a friend, or with like on my iPhone, or with some friends that like we have a certain amount of hours just to do the whole shoot and put it together. And it's like, I've got to pay this person, I've got to get this tape, I've got to make this thing, I've got to run to Home Depot, I've got to, and you know what I mean? So it's like, it's fun for me. I love being able to put together something with whatever we have. I love being able to create with whatever we've got, with the friends that want to help and the people who want to support. I love that so much. So thank you. Never annoying question, but that's just really funny because you probably just jumped in and I had just talked about where you can find the music. So good. At least look at they put the question. That's what makes it easy for me to be able to chit chat with everybody and talk to myself and also randomly answer questions that come out of the blue. Mm. Cheers. Mm, 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 mm. Sorry, Lara. La- Lara. Lara gets secondhand smoke. She's like, Lara, I'm getting all that secondhand smoke from your Mary J. Vonti. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All good, baby. She says, I'm sorry. I just got started watching. So cute. Hi, baby girl. You want to come say hi? Come, baby. Let's see if she does it. She's the shy one. My kitty, my goldenrod SP kitty. Sorry, hold up. Baby girl, come. She's coming. She's coming, guys. She's coming. Come here, baby. I think I have to put my drink on this side so that she can feel safe. Hi, baby girl. Come right here. Come right here. Oh, I can't move it. Here, baby girl. Come. Here, I'll move this over here. Okay, come. Come, baby. Come, baby girl. She's like, are you trying to do something? She's like, are you trying to cut my nails? Are you trying to clean me? You're doing that voice. Hi, retired Red. You are not late. Nobody's ever late. You guys are great. Sorry, guys. Candy says, will you sing us some learning and loving? If you guys will all sing it with me, I wonder if I could blast it in some way. I mean, I have so many ways to probably play it. But all right, let's sing the beginning. It goes, ooh, I like this. This is putting me on the spot. Sorry, I was reading other things. Okay, what are we doing? We're gonna sing some Lara learning and loving. So it starts off, I don't know much about the keys in music. I don't know much about you. Oh, I should probably sing this in the microphone. I don't know much about the opinions of what it is you think I do. Well, all I know is I just keep on loving, just learning and loving with you. I'll keep on learning and loving, learning and loving, learning and loving with you, you and you. I'm learning with you, you. I'm with you. I'm with you and you. You got me learning, learning and loving with you. There you go. That was enough, right? Good job. Thank you for these on the spot questions. Yes, you guys. If you have any questions or any comments, just write question in caps or comment or can you in caps. That would be another one. Can you sing this song or whatever the heck? I'm not going to be singing a whole. Actually, you know what? Get here, get in. We've got 15 more minutes left of Lara talking to herself again. Okay, so one question. I'm writing Q's and A's before I forget. I have to write stuff down, otherwise I forget, and then I never get through any questions. So Q and A's. First one, it said, when and how did you quit smoking cigarettes? I guess I must have brought that up in an earlier episode. I used to smoke cigarettes for when I left. Part of the reason when I left the Sea Org, when I was on the EPF, not the EPF, I guess it's called the There was no group. There was nothing when you were leaving. They just had you on ethics lines, or they wouldn't even call it leaving lines because then people would know you were trying to leave. And it's like a high crime in Scientology or whatever. Is it a high crime? Anyways, you can, if you tell other people that you want to leave uh the Sea Org, it's like really bad because you're basically getting other people to want to leave, or that you're letting other people know is pulling the group apart and spreading that apart. So I don't know where I was going from there. Wow, getting confused. Oh yeah, no. I think your Candy's question, will you sing? I sang. So learning and loving, wow, back to that. On board. Oh, question, smoking, duh. When did you quit smoking? So I was gonna say, I started smoking originally because when I was leaving there we go, EPF. When I was leaving the Sea Org, they were like telling me you can go to the EPF, and they were also saying, oh, you can go to the RPF, which when they even ever brought that up, I was like, that's never gonna happen. I'm gonna leave it. Like, I was right when they offered that. They offered that. They didn't even offer it. They said the requirement of your committee evidence is to do the RPF and da da da. And I was like, I am not doing the RPF. So where do we go from here? Because I am not doing the RPF. Um, they were trying to offer it to me as like, this is a privilege to be able to do the RPF. Like, we're gonna rehabilitate your spirit. And I was like, nope. I have seen so many people on the RPF. I have seen so many people who have gotten in trouble in running. How my parents, everybody, my dad. I mean, at this point, I had seen so many people at the hacienda where they were holding the whole RPF camp. Um, where they were also pretending that it was just birthing, like birthing for the Sea Org members, but that's where the RPF base is in Clearwater, Florida. I don't know if it's still there, but and so I would be able to see all the Sea Org members that were on the RPF, and some of them I knew, and some of them were freshly new on there, and it was just looked so horrible, and it reminded of me of the governance group and the way that I was raised as a kid. So later on in life, when they were offering me the RPF, I was like, hell no, I am not doing that. Anyways, so getting to this question, it does have a connection. When I was on what they call route outlines, I had finished my security check. If you guys don't know what this is, just go watch the other episodes. Put me on double speed so you could just quickly catch up. But they put me on. They were trying to give me the RPF, but they put me through a security check to leave. They had me on a whole routing form where I had to go through so many different things. And during this time, it was just basically gruesome, heavy work while I was doing this. So at a certain point, for like months, I was on these route outlines and I wasn't able to talk to anybody, and nobody was allowed to talk to me. And now they're offering me the RPF after I've already finished everything and I'm ready to go. And I'm basically approved through their policy, or how to, ethically do it without getting, declared an SP. I did all that. And then they were trying to offer me the RPF. And I was like, this is what I'm being pulled in for the meeting. I thought it was going to be, here's your plane ticket. This is where you're going. So it was really upsetting. And I felt internally upset. Like, I felt like, no, I am definitely not doing the RPF. No, thank you. If that's an offer, no, thank you. And I'm now definitely really going because, anyways. So where was it? Oh, so when I was still waiting, they're like, okay, we'll go back. We might have to do one more interview or something with you. And I was just starting to get so fed up. And I started like walking to the movies and, from the QI where they had me like held on behind the gates. I just started leaving the little side gate and would start walking to the movie theaters. And one of these things is I started smoking cigarettes so that they would, because I was a minor and I was underage, they were trying to basically use up my time so that before I left, the EPF, I keep saying EPF, before I left the Sea Org, before they let me leave physically and with their written permission and their consent. They were, yeah, I was like, I can do the RPF, da da da. I wasn't they weren't allowing me to leave because they wanted my time to run out to become 18 so that they could just kick me off without having to worry about my parents having any legal issue of a police officer or somebody wondering why this underage 16 just turned 17, 17-year-old is just wandering the streets without probably a real life or knowing what to do. Anyways, so by that time I was trying to find reasons to sort of leave the Sea Org faster. And one of those ways, sadly, is you could either unalive yourself, which I didn't want to do, even though I was in so much. I kind of had already been through all their interrogations and their worst, like, kind of punishments. And I was starting to give up on listening to their rules. And because I was like, what am I doing? What have I not done? What have I not done per your policies and per your way to leave? Like, what am I waiting for? And so I started smoking cigarettes, and then I started walking off the property, smoking cigarettes and whatever, just so that I don't know. I just felt like I'm at least making my own decisions. And I started to push the things. Well, what would happen if I did this? Oh, well, what would happen if I went to the movies? What happened if I just leave? And yeah. So I started smoking cigarettes then. And then throughout on and off, I was smoking cigarettes from 17 probably till about 27, 26 ish, because I was in Little Red Radio and da 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 da, and I just kept smoking. And it wasn't that I was really I didn't always smoke cigarettes from 7, not all the time. The most that I had started smoking a lot was actually from like 23, 24 to like 26, 27. And then I quit smoking around 20, I think 28 or 29. And that was because I noticed the difference in my voice singing. Like, just I noticed the lung space I had when it's not that my lungs or anything were not, and not that they wouldn't have gotten bad, but it wasn't even that they're bad. I just noticed I had more breath and I was able to like sing longer. And I hated the smell of cigarettes, even though I was addicted to them at the time. I still hated that everything I owned smelled like cigarettes. Anyway, so I worked for these people that I still work for and know today at this time. And I've been moving them to Ohio. So there was a time where they're like, well, will you please stay here for like 2 or 3 months? Just so we can get everything turned over. And but anyways, so I think it was 2 or 3 months. Yeah, it was. I remember it being like, oh my God, okay, 30 days I'm halfway through the time. But anyway, so I was there, and during that time, they're very clean. I had to take care of them and everything. They're very clean and they're very sensitive to smells and everything. So they would know if I smelled it. Like one time, I think she even asked, like, "Oh, does it smell like cigarettes?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I just cleaned out an ashtray." I don't even know. Maybe she knew. I said, "I have no idea," but I just was like, I didn't even have the time to be able to smoke anymore, and that was the honest way I only was really able to quit smoking, is by being away from my friends and being away from my normal life, which at the time was just being on the road with Little Red Radio and singing and doing music, and then moving from that and doing my own music, in all kinds of ways and in different cities and all that, in New York and LA, anyways. And then having just during that time a moment away from everybody, but still wanting my goals and whatever I was working on at the time, but to just have a space where I wasn't almost influenced by this need of having the cigarette. So anyways, and I was trying to quit. I was like, okay, this might be a good opportunity to quit. There was a time like when I was like a week in that I remember I was like, oh my, I opened my bag and the American Spirit Yellows were there, and I was thinking, oh, I don't really want a cigarette. Oh my God, I haven't smoked a cigarette in a week. Like, and so I was like, I kind of wanted to keep that up. So I was like, "Yeah, it's not good for my voice, and yes, it it causes cancer." And it's just like, it's not good. I don't know, I just felt, I guess, just being cleaner and taking care of myself, I didn't want it. Anyways, so that's how I quit. It definitely was super hard because I tried to quit so many times, and it was hard because my friends and just the space, and even being in the rock and roll world of whatever, there's always people smoking cigarettes and it's around you. So when you haven't quit and you don't understand the addiction of a cigarette and stuff, um, it's almost impossible to quit if your friends and everybody around you are doing that, you know? No matter what, no matter, just like the Sea Org and Scientology, a group of people have more of an impact on an individual than just the individual themselves by themselves. So yeah, that's how I quit. And then even sometimes after then I still slipped once or here or there, but I was like, no, I don't tell people I quit. That means no, like I quit meaning like I don't smoke. That was another thing. I started just telling people I don't smoke. Oh, I don't smoke. Like, and so I got used to it in my head and I really was like, oh, I don't smoke. So that's how I quit smoking. That was one. Um, sorry, I'm seeing your guys' fun little comments and questions. Thank you, Candy. That was beautiful, Lara, and I was singing along. Good, good. This, someday we'll all be able to show up to a Lara FM show and sing this all together for reals. Mm. Cheers, cheers, cheers. What's this question? Have you ever thought about getting into the veterinarian field? Oh, of course. I've always thought that, but let me finish reading your thing. I'm a vet tech, and I think you would be an amazing tech. Your heart is filled with love of all creatures, just like mine. Brandy, yes. I would love, I mean, it's just that I know that, it consumes a lot of time to even become a vet, I think, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, but I would love to do that. I mean, if it's something that I can have in my side pocket while I'm doing my music and all that, and, um, it doesn't feel like I have to, yes, I would love to be a vet. I feel like I could very much do that, and I know it's needed. I'm sure there's also certain credentials and things you need before that. Um, Perhaps a high school diploma? But yeah, I love animals so much. So, yeah, and I very much have my, I love that. That was such a good, sweet question. It reminded me of one of the questions on my list, which is, what were some of the jobs you had when you left the Sea Org? Um Sorry, I was gonna cross this and do this. Even though that's not the same, but yeah, I definitely, had I known that I would be able to, I just thought, oh, a vet, you would have to have all these credentials and stuff to do that. So that's the only reason I probably didn't go directly to a vet or something like that. And I also didn't know that you could like go get a job at the pound, or at that, I didn't really like, also, I just felt like I didn't have a GED and things, and that to me always felt like whenever I was going to get a job, that's the first thing to ask, what's your schooling or what's your education level or whatever. And so I was afraid to not have a Scientology job. That's one thing that's really messed up when you're leaving the Sea Org, or when you're trying to leave the Sea Org, especially as an underage child that was raised in it their whole lives. It's almost impossible to not get a job, or any of your connections next coming up into your life. Like, any of your connections through anything is always through some Scientologist, or somebody that you knew in the Sea Org, or your friend that you knew that's not a Scientologist, but is friends with your other friend that worked at this company who is a Scientologist. Like, all of your connections still come from that. So it's it's not, this is why it takes so much time and mental awareness and understanding of oneself when you leave something like this. It takes so much time, especially when people are demanding things on how you should handle something, or how you should do things, which are valid in degrees, and to certain degrees, but like, not when you haven't experienced what children went through being raised as adults under complete manipulative, controlled, um no art, no love, like no love life, no loving life, um no real own thought process, no like creative in any sort of field of life. It almost becomes like even hard work became at certain points fun. Like varnishing or painting or staining dressers at the Int Ranch may not have at 6 years old and 5 years old and 10 years old and 12 and 14 all the time, or using our hands with no gloves and stuff like this may have been fun for us, but this is insane for children to be messing and not understanding that they're dealing with these chemicals that are really bad for your heart and bad for your kidney, for your future. And like, we weren't very aware of any of that. We were just so aware of doing such a good job and finding our freedom or finding happiness or joy and being able to be the one that was allowed to use a paintbrush for the varnish on the dresser instead of just taking a rag and using it to stain or to varnish it, or even having that as a project that would be more fun to do than going and cleaning out all the dumpsters, or cleaning the toilets or the bathrooms, or even just the dishes in the galley and cleaning up all the kids, you know what I mean, like there's certain jobs that were just seemed more creative and fun, and these were only given to us with a certain amount of knowledge or level. Like none of us knew really that, oh yeah, this stain is really fucking horrible, or this varnish or this polish that we're using to stain our dressers to make everything look like we are this pristine organization of children that are being acting like adults. But just for the PR of Scientology, look at how great their dorms are, and their uniforms and their dressers, and because we're doing all the work, we're doing this, but this leads all the way down to our bodies. And like, what was not allowed to, like what like where even smoking cigarettes at times would feel like, oh, that's nothing, I've been through all this, I could just sweat it out, or whatever it is that I'm thinking. Like there's so much unknowledge, there's so much knowledge and deep reasonings for just regular day lives that people are so like in tune to, that we were never given like an option, not even an opportunity. It was never, yeah, it was never an option to even know that there was a different way of doing it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so okay, I'll scroll. Let me see if any of y'all um I think I went on a roll on that one, but that ties so many things into not being able to to be and have. And ew, Scientology used this term be, do, have, but that's seriously what it was. Like we had no be. We weren't allowed to do anything that we really wanted to at any time. Um we weren't allowed to have certain things. We were literally only allowed to have certain things, and we weren't allowed to have certain things. So, which is, I mean, like, I'm talking about we were allowed to have a few fun things as long as they were away and put away during, post and work time, which was all the time. But you don't realize that, being that you think free time is like that 5 minutes. If you quickly brushed your teeth before bed, you're hanging out and you're reading your book before somebody's yelling, okay, put the lights out, and you're still trying to read, and they just turn off the lights and everybody go to bed. No more talking. Like everything is controlled under such a, like, so even when we say, oh, well, we were allowed to, draw for a little bit, or we were allowed to go get snack. Well, we were allowed to have food. They gave us food. It's like, it's all under a very controlled certain, behavior and reason and all that. Anyhow, okay. Smokety smokety on that one. On the smokety, actually vapity vapity, not smokety smokety. So when I am smoking, by the way, it's 100% always marijuana, fine, homegrown Cali greens. Yeehaw. Uh Tim Harris. Hi, Tim Harris. Question. Now there's no RPF. What happens to the folks who would have been sent there? Um, Tim, I honestly don't believe that there's no RPF. I think that's just something that they're telling people in the outside world. I still believe that there is definitely some form of RPF group. I know that on the other channels, I'm hearing that, oh yeah, they're canceling the RPF or whatever that is. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think David Miscavige, he's just calling it something else, or he has people on different positions or posts, and they are sort of branded or put in a way where they're in ethics trouble or they're dealing with but there's definitely still an RPF. And they probably only canceled it. What I mean is due to legal reasons. Like there's just so much legal, everything about the RPF is abusive. It's so abusive mentally, physically, um, emotionally, everything. Like, uh, and it's yeah, so yeah, I don't believe it. That's the only threat that they could give to people other than their next step of leaving the Sea Org. So whether they call it the RPF, I still think they're gonna call it the RPF because there's no way that David Miscavige can just change L. Ron Hubbard's policy openly, at least from what I feel. That could maybe he's converted everybody like my mom and everybody to that point where they're not even aware of the like switch over of David Miscavige just saying like, "Oh, this policy's out. This one doesn't work anymore. This doesn't exist. Oh, we're not going to use that. That was old. That's when they didn't, you know what I mean?" Like, so if L. Ron Hubbard's not writing it, where is David Miscavige now the new writer? Is he now the new policymaker? It seems like it. So that's all I'm saying. I do believe that there's still an RPF. That's all. But good question, and thank you for that. And hi. uh, mhm. Yeah, yeah, they are really good at that. Gaming the system to get away with the abuse. Just why do they want all this abuse to happen? So when we say they, we have to remember that the organization is a structure so that it's not they is one person's decision that becomes the whole organization. Uno momento, por favor. Okay, done with the Mary Jane releasing. Uh, what was I saying? Yeah, so one person, David Miscavige, having all these other executives at the top, um, following and commanding to his rules and bringing them all down to the rest of the organization. They are all they don't want this abuse to happen. They want you to stop the abuse from happening by stop doing what you're doing to create it. So it's not that they're causing the abuse. We're just being SPs. We're just not listening up. We're just not following the policy. We're not sticking to our billion-year contract that we signed when we were 4 years old. We're not staying in their conformed, confined, manipulative, abusive, illegal tactics. And they can see when people are starting to fall out of that. They can see when people are starting to they have words for it. They have other fish to fry, out of valence, you know, being whatever it is. There's so many, I just barf. I don't even want to get into that. But so it's not that they want it to happen. They don't even have their own process of thinking. I maybe you weren't even asking or saying that. You were just whatever. But they don't have their own process of thinking. They can't think for themselves. And they're even told you are thinking for yourselves. Good job. You're clearing the planet. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Thank you for that. Um, oh yeah, here I have a family who smoked. I so want to help them quit, but I don't want to fall on their nerves. But I really see how it damages them and makes me feel so sad. Yeah, that's something you really just You really gotta decide for yourself. It has to be something personal. And you also have to it has to be like you have to catch yourself going, why am I running around the block to have a cigarette to lie to the world that I've quit smoking? Like, it can't be that. You have to not be going around the block and lying to yourself, if you know what I mean, if that makes any sort of sense. Yeah. Hi, Pup Groomer 20. I quit smoking this past April after 30 years after I had surgery and couldn't walk to go outside for 10 days. Now I'm working on quitting the vape. Nice. Again, I'm definitely only I'm not so you're quitting on when you say vape, you're still is it the nicotine I would let that's what you're trying to quit, right? Because I vape, like I'm vaping right now and it's only marijuana. Definitely not nicotine at all. I don't like to vape even nicotine. I mean, yeah. No bueno, not my thing. But yes, good job. Because even the smoke directly is the worst. The smoke from cigarettes is the worst. Okay, moving on. Blech, I don't even want to talk about this subject. I'm skipping a few of your guys' comments and things on the smoking thing. Love you all. Good job. If you've quit, I respect you. We love that. I can't stand the smell of cigarettes anymore. Grosses me out. Here you go, boobs. Hi, Purple Groovy 69. When you leave Scientology, they expect you to hit rock bottom. But little do they know that rock bottom is the solid foundation on which you rebuilt your life. Yes. On which you rebuild your life. Of course. That is such a great thing to say. And it feels stronger, by the way, for y'all listening out there. It feels stronger when you hit rock bottom and you start building and rebuilding your own life on your own in your own free and your own understanding and your own free will, but your own understanding of why you're creating that next step for yourself, and then seeing it benefit you and go, oh well, then if that does that for me, I want to try this thing to help myself. And so when you start doing that for yourself from rock bottom or whatever it is, maybe it's not even rock bottom, it's just a point where you're like, you know, I could see where this is going to go and I'm not going to do that. And I want to try this other route of, hey, I want to be open. I want to be more susceptible to hearing people's opinions since not opinions, but like, just like when people are at the farmer's market. Here's an example. I love going through the farmer's market and hearing people like, "Oh, this is the thing and this helps your collagen." And I'm like, "What? Oh, that's great." Like I love going and buying certain fruits or berries or things that like I get so much joy on these things. I love these were things that I was never allowed to enjoy. These were things that we were never on our own free will being able to just go to a farmer's market whenever there's a farmer's market, let's go there. And like not scarf it down, by the way. If we ever did go to a farmer market, if I had ever gone one, or if a CR member ever has, they probably scarfed down the food before they even got back to their post or on the base. So there's just all these little things in life that definitely we enjoy so much. And when you hit rock bottom or whatever that is, and you start building your own life as you are, it feels really good. As whatever it is, you also start to throw out things you're like, no, I'm not interested in holding that about myself anymore. I'm not interested in holding this opinion or this idea that other people have put on me. I don't do that. I'm not that. That's what they made me feel. I'm so glad I've realized this. Now I can hold my space. And if people come that have known me from that time in with that, they will know, they'll feel even through my actions and my energy that that has nothing to do with me. And we now live our life based off of the foundations and the things that we put forward for ourselves now. It feels so good, guys out there. Come out here and try it. Thank you. Yes, that's great. Um mhm. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's so oops, sorry. In some way as a child, I might have also enjoyed getting to do more adult things. But on the other hand, you have to keep it safe for the children. Children are a lot more free thinking and playful. Yeah, and also it's not just us doing adult things, because those were the fun things, like, I was able to ride the lawnmower, and not only a few cadets were allowed, if the only if yeah, only a few cadets were allowed to drive the lawnmower, and it felt like, I was driving, and I had to learn and star 8 check out the whole manual and get in and it was just so much, but I did it. I remembered reading and getting through, and I felt so good. I know how to fix everything. So I feel like definitely whatever we think adult things were are also, like, I feel like you would have let a child mow the lawn at 12 years old or 13. Like, I feel like that also wasn't an adult thing. So as children, what we think adult things were is also completely shifted then in the reality of what a child at 13 would be doing. Um, that's also what we're calling adult things. Like, that's not an adult thing. That's like, I feel like parents these days are like, "Son, go mow the lawn." You know what I mean? So, yeah, but and then the other worst side of that is doing things with or to adults or around adults when we're children and they're adults, where it becomes a very pedophilic vibe, and it becomes, a manipulative setup, a grooming for the next behavior and the next day and the next situation. So there's also, oh, well, you're an adult. You should be able to handle any energy. Or as L. Ron Hubbard say, a child shouldn't cringe at a passionate kiss from a man, or whatever he says. I'll have to pull that up in one. But anyways, I'm going on a roll. But yes, I agree with what you're saying. There are also things that I'm like, oh, I wish I could drive the bus. An adult definitely is driving the school bus. And I'm like, I could probably drive a school bus, but I obviously probably not the best thing for a child to be driving the school bus, even though I definitely did in and out of the parking lot. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you guys for listening and being here. This is so sweet. I feel like I'm going to sort of wrap it up soon. So if you want to throw in any beautiful little questions or comments, also, I feel like, oh, I see. I still have questions. So I'll finish up this question because we can save the other questions for another Lara talking to herself again. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow night. Who knows? But for those of you watching now, I'm doing a live stream tomorrow with my sweet friend that I've met officially now through the SPTV community, but he's known me and he's known my mom and my father, but had a closer connection with my mom just in their workspace at the Golden Era production headquarters, which is the INT base or the headquarters of the Sea Org of Scientology. And he used to be in marketing and advertising and everything for Scientology. So we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow talking about all kinds of marketing and advertising and how Scientology squeezed and weaseled their ways into, getting certain things out on whatever, certain advertisements or billboards and stuff. Sorry, just making a note. And then also just anything marketing or advertising. He's such a smart I was going to say little cookie. He's such a smart man. And so that's going to be really cool. So that's tomorrow, Thursday, November 16th, I think. What are we on today, right? Today's the 15th here in Los Angeles. It's a rainy day too, so I felt really good about us doing Lara talking to herself. It's the 15th today, Wednesday. So tomorrow, Thursday the 16th at 3 p.m. Los Angeles time, I will be doing live stream with Jeffy. I call him Jeffy. Jeff Hawkins. And y'all can go ahead and put all your questions in there. Come say hi. Yeah. Good name drop. Yes, if there's no RPF, then I'm a millionaire, and I certainly am not one of the fortunate ones that have that title. Yeah, right. Yes, Nick Vapes used to drink and drugs too, but and clean and look. Good job, you guys. Good job on all you clean, healthy, sweet babies being good to your bodies and being uh healthy with the proper drugs and medicines that you should. And just being love angel babies. Hi Jojo. Oh my. I love how much you are looking for healing. I looked up your astrology and you have the same sun and moon as Ed Sheeran. Oh, you are super real and brave. That is so sweet. And also, I've always loved Ed Sheeran since since I saw him sing or whatever. I just always felt that sweetness and whatever, but I also feel a thickness in him. Like I feel like yeah, that's okay, Jojo. I like that. Maybe you should maybe maybe we could talk more about that. I was talking to my friend earlier today at work. She's amazing. Hi, Mina. She was telling me about my sign, and she was like, "So when were you born?" And she was just giving, and I feel like I would get really into that. I would really love to just openly, freely be able to talk about my sign and times and just what all that means. And because I feel like I've talked to many people about it, but I feel like a lot of people have different versions. Um, and it would just be cool to hear, a few different versions. So maybe I'll do a live stream on this. Jojo, oh my, thank you for the inspiration. Oh, yes. Aquarius sun and Aries moon. God, tell me more about all this. Aw, thank you for your sweet comments. Sieglin, comment, you are beautiful. Thank you. My heart is beautiful. Aw. Yes, right? A child shouldn't cringe at being kissed by an adult or a man. Yes, so gross. He's disgusting. L. Ron Hubbard is disgusting. Thank you, Retired Red. Really proud of you, Miss Lara. Thank you, sweets. If you send me your email, I will do a full chart. That will be great. And then maybe I can do a little question, like with my questions, and then I can talk about it later on a live stream. That would be so fun. Thank you, Jojo. I will do that. My email is right here, pulling it up. Boom. For any of you who need to email me anything um, important, such as this astrology thing here, let me know. Also, if there's anybody out there who wants to email me anything having to do with Int Ranch photos or pictures of the Int Ranch Cadet Org or their parents or the kids that were there at the Int Ranch, please send them this way to my email, larafmmusic@gmail.com. I very much would appreciate that. And also still keeping a bunch of tabs and gonna do future episodes actually more on the Int Ranch cadets and that coming up soon. I kind of been doing other working hard obviously, but also been doing other fun interviews and I say learning and loving with other SPTV awesomeness people and other people that were in Scientology and in the Sea Org. So it's all healing and great, but I also want to jump back into that as well so that we can really get all of our stories out there on the table and families can heal and people can get back to their loved ones and the Scientology cult and hopefully get them all out and break all the laws and rules of Scientology and Scientology get kicked out of the US. That would be really nice. The end goal is to get Scientology removed and expelled from the United States. Period. That's for me as a US citizen, I would like to do that. That would be great. Okay, thank you. Hi, Jen. Great chat, Lara. Woohoo! Yeah, thank you. Lara and I are just chit chatting. She's been hollering and hearing, and I'm just vicariously listening to her asking questions. So this is great. We're just having a great time talking to ourselves again. ah, Hi, Chris. Blessings. Love you, Laura. Can't be in the live tonight. Just saw the love and dropping. We'll watch later. Thank you, darling angel. Please watch later. Thank you guys all for being here so much. I love doing this. I'm gonna try to keep doing this every Thursday night. Hopefully 9 p.m. Los Angeles time. And I thank you all for the support of making me feel reminded and like, hey, I like doing Monday, if I can later, Monday fun day with Liz Ferris. That's fun. And Thursday nights, Lara talking to herself again. That's just what we do every Wednesday or Thursday. That's what I tried to do. Wednesday or Thursday night. So maybe I'll do another Lara talking to herself again after the episode tomorrow. So we'll see. Miss Sunrise Dawn, do you mind if I ask how old you are? I honestly thought you were maybe in your late 20s. That's so sweet. Thank you guys. I was once in my late 20s and now I'm 37. My birthday is February 12th. So I will be 38 we're almost in December, guys. This is crazy. December. So I'll be 38 in 3 months. How exciting is that? I've loved every year that I've been out of the Sea Org, out of Scientology, and I loved the years coming. I mean, I honestly like review my life, and I just love every year of my life has been so important in so many ways to to just me understanding myself and life and others and having the empathy that I do in weird ways and things like that. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. I feel like I should, before I head out, I should answer this last question. What kind of jobs did you have when you left the Sea Org? Just so I don't close off on a half question again. So when I first left, one of them, just quickly, I tried working at Pete's Blue Chips. In Eagle Rock. It was like a restaurant, a little drive-through restaurant, and you can sit down and eat. It was like a little diner kind of. That was not very long. I think I worked a little and then not, and then I worked there again, and then I didn't, and then I worked at doing air duct cleaning. I did a bunch of like kind of construction weird jobs for a bit here and there. Definitely always these were all like Scientology related, or somebody who was a Scientologist got me the job by somebody, through some, maybe the restaurant wasn't Scientology, but the person knew them. So then I got the job. The other one was air duct cleaning. Yeah. And then cleaning just in general, a lot of babysitting. And then I went and lived and worked or I kind of went back and forth after that to Debbie's daycare in Glendale. A lot of Scientologists, and the owner, then I don't know if they are now, I'm sure they are, but were Scientologists. And a lot of the parents that brought their kids there were Scientologists. And then I guess I can remove my age question. Thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. You guys are all so sweet to me. Thank you so much for your good questions. I love these questions. These are great. Thank you. Thank you for letting me feel I can just be open and free with my truth and my life and not have to, a poet from a poet, Brian Lucas. My mom was born on February 12th. Isn't that so sweet? I mean, not to toot my horn, but I really love my birthday. I love Aquarians. I love, or not even just Aquarians. I love people born in January and February. Those are, I don't know. I love that. I love that. Feel connected with people like that. I feel like people like that genuinely do have a really strong heart or a strong intent. Sometimes it can get carried away, obviously, in a cult like Scientology and stuff like that. But that's very sweet. Thank you for being here, poet. And ask any more questions before I gotta go, because I don't really gotta go yet. I mean, I'm winding off and smoking and dozing off with you. But as I finish my jobs of all the jobs I kind of did when I left the Sea Org, if you have more questions, I love answering these. And my hubby's birthday is January 13th. See, Miss Sunrise Dawn? Cute. Candy, you are the same age my friend was. Question, what is the one thing that you want to be known for? I would say that in a time uh where a society had put so much pressure on people to be famous for certain structured ways and rules and not just naturally for who they are. I think that will be a nice thing. I think being authentic and being just being completely open as much as I can, even in my insecurities and in my fears of messing up, or feeling small. I feel like I wanna be an example as much as I can, even as for the rest of my life, to be living life, as open and real and not hiding. uh I would like to let the world and humans know that it's pointless to be hiding our emotions and our sensitive sides, because it's the thing that will help us all learn and love, and like to really have a planet of beauty and like joy on earth, whatever that is, maybe heaven on earth for people, but to really be able to let people get rid of this facade of having to like uh dislike or hate human beings because of their belief system or how they act or feel. Like that's life. We are all gonna have different things, and I can't wait. I'm just so excited to be a part of that uh thrive of life where people are open and can say what they want to say, and hopefully they've learned to be gentle and loving and caring in what they're saying, but at least they're being completely authentic and real, because right now it's so hard, and men and women and everybody to feel like to find somebody that is that way, to find somebody that is authentic and open and just the fingerprints that they are. Um, I want people to learn that, yeah, to be known for, I just want to be known for being myself. That would be that, a lot of us know these celebrities and these icons as the view that we see them, and they're hidden a lot, and they are so full of shit, and when you find out later that some of these heroes and iconic people have hurt children and are doing horrible things, and are getting away with it and structuring their lives to continue to do the horrible things and to continue to get away with it, and never be taught a lesson of the right way, and the love and love and empathy, and enjoying creative life without manipulation. um Wow, big question, Candy. Good one, and I think that's, yeah. I wanna be known for being me. I wanna be known for being the person I am, whatever that takes me off into the future for being. I'm gonna be me the way that I am, especially, knowing that I got myself out of this really controlled aspect of life called Scientology, where they didn't allow me to be the person I am. So, I think talent is talent, and being good at something is great, but to hide your soul and your personality, it takes a lot of work to not be able to just be open and free. Sometimes we get so comfortable with that structure that when somebody starts to open that or peel that open, your relationships and everything don't work, and they start to, things start to crumble because you are were holding this shell of who you were this whole time, and now it's starting to fall apart. So anyways, I'm going off, but yes, for being me. I want to be known for being uh the person that I am, through, yeah, not under labels and not under let me be me, let me be me. Okay, good. Moving forward. Moving forward in life. Oh, yes. Authentic, but also protect yourself with healthy boundaries. I feel there is 1 in 6 narcissists in the world, Scientology and the wider world. You are super empathetic. You should do the HG tutor test. Okay, you're going to have to email me some of this stuff. Update me in the emails. Let me know, Jojo. Oh my. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are all super sweet. Thank you so much for being authentic, asking your questions, being strong with me, listening to my music. We'll do more questions and answering. I will continue the jobs on the next one. We'll continue the jobs on the next one. I'm going to prepare for my night and my kitties and my movies and my treats and my marijuana. I love you all. Stay in touch. Get ready for more questions tomorrow. And until then, many loves and many loves. Many loves and a many lovers. And yes, get yourself many lovers. Or just one if you're happy with that. Okay. But Foxy, baby, you want to come say? Wait, guys, maybe the animals want to say bye to you before we go. Fox. She's up here. She said, "You want to say bye to the screen? You say bye, Fox. You give a shake up here. She say bye. We love you. Bye, guys." Hey, Lara says, "Hey, wait. We both say bye. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow, guys. Bye.